Hey guys, okay, so we are here, and the message for the day is focusing on hardships and trials. So we know that they're gonna come, so it's inevitable. Everybody goes through certain things, everybody goes through certain circumstances. It's what we choose to do in those circumstances that are gonna make or break us. So the first thing that we need to remember is that they're gonna come, and the only way that you're going to be able to deal with them or battle them is if you're going to do several things. The first being making sure that you're preparing yourself through spiritual armor, which we know Ephesians 6:11 tells us to put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And I took the time to break down this term for you if you've never heard of it, or sometimes we just kind of skim through the words, but it's important for you to understand the dynamic of the use of the certain vocabulary that's being given to you as information. So the wiles means devious, cunning, employed in a manipulative or persuading manner to get someone to do what that person wants them to do. So that's what that means. Secondly, you're going to make sure that you're preparing through prayer, as it is our connective tool to battle in the spiritual realm. And we know that this is not a fleshly battle. We know that this is, against the principalities of darkness. So, with that being said, you're going to want to make sure that you are battling in the spiritual realm through the connection of prayer. And you got to think of a dispatch system and logistics. That's what was brought to mind as I was, just as this fell on me. And we're not supposed to be anxious about anything. So Philippians 4:6 tells us, be anxious in nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be known unto the Most High. So just like a dispatch system in logistics, they have brokers, they have dispatchers to, for their routing, is to route. So you think about that routing. If you're utilizing that main line, then you're contacting that source in order for you to be able to connect whatever it is that you need on that battlefield. So if you're not utilizing that prayer line, then you're not connecting to the things that you have waiting on you for your resources. So be mindful of that. So it's important for you to pray through it. Pray before it even happens, because you already know it's going to happen. And then you're going to utilize, like I said, that main line and use it as your main source. Use it. That's why it's there. And then lastly, you're going to expect that through the faith that you have, that you've worked up to, that the victory has already been won. So we know that in 1 Corinthians 15:57, it leads us and lets us know. But thanks be to the Most High that He's given the victory, and that's through His Son. And then it just makes me think of the childhood song, Conquerors. We are more than conquerors. And we are. The same thing. Scripture follows that up as well. Nay, in all of these things, we are conquerors through Him that loved us. And so I just want you guys to kind of be mindful, because I know a lot of people out there are struggling. They're going through different hardships, unexpectedly, things that have kind of just consistently carried over into the season that they're currently in from previous seasons, or it just might be a repetitive lesson that you feel like it's just weighing you down or anchoring you. You've got to get to the point where you're taking hold of these different avenues of the tools. We are supposed to be utilizing the armor that we were supposed to be given. But if you're not taking the time to properly prepare yourself, it's like you're going out there without you being trained. You don't send a soldier out into the battlefield if they haven't been properly trained and equipped. So make sure that you're doing what it is to make sure that you are properly trained and equipped to have all of the things that you know you need for whatever battle that may come your way. And I pray that all of the things that you are struggling with or that you're dealing with would, just be rectified, realigned, and that you have the victory in it. But it comes by your belief, not mine, not someone else's, but your own belief. You have to have your own belief. You have to have that faith. You have to see beyond what's visible in front of your human eyes. So ask for that discernment. Ask for those spiritual eyes to see. Ask for the spiritual ears to hear. Ask for the insight, for the wisdom, for the capacity to be able to hold it, and for the ability to execute in the moment what it is that you need to execute, for you to be able to utilize all the tools and the resources that you're given at the appropriate time. And so that's what I have for you guys. And I do hope that, you guys are staying vigilant because it's busy out here. But don't give the enemy the desire that he already so strongly urges for, which is to allow him to have a foothold. You're victorious. You're more than a conqueror. So choose who you shall serve.